editing me here. Hello, I'm Georgia, and this is Crochet and Chaos, my ridiculous channel. At this point, I don't even know what I'm doing. This video that you're about to see is going to be more chaotic than usual. I just pulled all the video footage off of my phone from 4 or 5 different videos that I've been trying to record over the last 3 weeks. But my busy university schedule and student teaching schedule has just made things very difficult. So I'm putting this together. I will try to remember to date stamp everything. And at this point, I don't even know what half this stuff is other than yarn hauls. There's quite a bit of randomness here, and enjoy, I guess. Hey, it's been about a week since I did the first part of this video where I did the review on the bulky twist yarn and complained incessantly about how it splits. But I finished the beanie that I started on. I was working on the brim when I did that portion of the video, but I finished it and I just freehanded a mesh stitch and cinched it. The one thing that I always hate about like buying beanies is they squish my brain case. So I discovered that when I started making them myself, I didn't have that problem. I can make them where they were comfortable for me. And a friend of mine told me to go with slouchy beanies because there's less of a chance of that happening. So one slouchy beanie made out of mesh stitch that's really cozy, not too hot. It's going to be great for fall. I'll probably wear it through winter, just because I actually might make another one that's not a mesh stitch for winter. I don't know. Or I could go back to my cat ear beanies that I'm always wearing. But anyway, it turned out great. I'm happy with it. I love how this works up. I just hate working with it. So, and I have a lot of this yarn, which makes this even worse. I have it in a green now. And as you guys know, in the previous video, I mentioned how I accidentally ordered more, or how I accidentally bought more thinking I didn't order it. So I have a bunch. That's what I accomplished this week. Oh, and sea turtle parts. I promised the kids, some of the kids at school, some sea turtles for winning a game that we were playing to review the material that they had learned, just where I could use up yarn. And making these sea turtles is kicking my butt. Like I have taken this particular sea turtle apart, like I don't know how many times, because I can't seem to get it sewn together properly. I have never had this kind of problem with anything, but sea turtles are kicking my butt. And on the note of the sea turtles, I have yarn, because of course I do. Why wouldn't I? So much for that self-imposed yarn ban. We're back to like 1 day since buying yarn. Initially I thought, oh hey, I will make the sea turtles fluffy. I don't know why I thought fluffy sea turtles was a good idea. But I ended up buying the Bernat Super Fluffies. Fluffy, not fluffies. In a bunch of different colors. This is coral, and this is aqua, and this is a size 6, and it's soft and it's a little fluffy, and I thought that, oh hey, these would be cool turtles. And here's pine, and I have 2 more colors in here. This one is, what is this? Dusky. Okay, it's blue. And then I have a gray. that's called Cloudy. And my yarns are falling. And finally this red, Cherry. And then I got to thinking about it. And I decided, oh hey, I'll ask the kids what their favorite colors are and make their turtles in those colors. Since I've only got like 10 or 12 turtles to make, no big deal. And like everybody says sea turtles work up pretty quick, and I don't know about that. This one's beating me up unfairly. 3, 4, head, okay. I didn't drop any of the parts. So I did that, and the colors that I were given did not match up with anything that Burnett put out in the fluffies. I have one kid that wants a dark green sea turtle. I have the dark green. I bought this for something else. It's fine. Not going to use a lot of it. So, well, actually, I probably am. So I thought that I would make the flippers and head and everything. Flippers? I think that's what I called them when I was a child. The fins in the brown, because I thought that would be good. But I decided that I needed to go with the skinny chenille or the petite pearl, or wait a minute, what are they calling this? Yeah, the petite pearl and the skinny chenille, because I don't know why. Because colors. Okay, 1 black, 1 red, 1 pink, 1 dark green, 1 light blue, and 1 pink. So those are the 6 that I have to make, and there's like 4 more that I forgot to ask about. So 10 turtles. Well, light blue and light pink I already have in the skinny chenille, because I bought it for reasons. Yeah, I bought it for reasons. I have another stuffed animal project that I want to make out of it, because I like using this stuff for like making stuffed animals that people do out of size 4 yarn, because this is a size 4, but they use like acrylic or cotton. This is just a thinner chenille that makes it like that squishy feeling that the bigger stuffed animal, the bigger plushies get. So that's why I like using this. Like I made Jeff out of it. Now, when I was making Jeff, I realized something. Actually, no, it wasn't Jeff. I'm working on another Marvel character that I realized that I was doing something wrong with. And I did the same thing with Jeff, and I didn't realize it. And when my mother taught me to crochet, all she ever made were flat things. And not that I learned a lot from her learning how to crochet, but you know, you've got the single crochet and then you've got the extended single crochet. I was taught the extended single crochet, and my plushies were turning out really weird, and I didn't realize what was happening. They weren't looking anything like the pattern, and this was something that I ran into with Jeff when I started making him out of like the bigger chenille, like the what was it that I started with? I think it was Honey Bunny from Hobby, and he was just looking like a mutant shark. And then when I started on, and like I took it apart, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to use this. I have this, I bought it. At the time I didn't know why, or I went and bought it or something. Anyway, I got the gray and the white. I may have had it because it was just like one of those things that I wanted to try. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. Not important. He came out right in that. And I'm like, I don't know what I did wrong. And I think I said, like, I don't know. But then when I'm working on this other one, and it just turned out so wrong. And I realized that I was doing an like I was watching a video, I don't remember what video, and somebody was talking about the extended single crochet, and I'm like, that's what I'm doing wrong. I can't be using that on the stuffed on plushies. So this is what I have been buying to make plushies out of that people normally use. Size 4 cotton or acrylic for where I've got the same size stuffed animal or whatever I make it. Excuse me. So it's to size instead of sized up, and if I want it sized up, I need to put in a premier order. So I bought more of this yarn in different colors. I bought more of the green because I had bought this for a specific project, and I'm probably going to use a bit making flippers and heads. And I found this. I don't know what color this is. It's just got a color number on it. No, this is elderberry. I found it. And I think this, I got this during the most recent buy one get one half off. Actually, I think I got more than these two colors. They just ended up in this bag when I did that. Because I also have the darker pink, the mauve, and I picked up some purple. And it's just called purple. And another thing of black, because I already have some black. Everything else that's in this bag down here is books. And this ended up, I was joking around that this was my emotional support yarn because mistakes were made when I pulled into this particular Michael's, not knowing that the county police decided to have a festival in the parking lot. And it just messed up traffic so bad, and getting out turned into an adventure, which ended up with me and one other person on the receiving end of a Karen. And apparently said Karen went and took a swing at the person in the vehicle in front of me, and thinking that she was in the right, went and stomped off to find a police officer, which wasn't that hard since it was the county police hosting this event. And they asked me if I had seen anything, and I explained what I had seen and how she had started yelling at me as well because she couldn't get out of the parking lot. It was obviously my fault and the person in front of me's fault because traffic was completely screwed up because of this festival. So it was an entire thing, and I was at the receiving end of a Karen. So this turned into my emotional support yarn. Had I not gone into that Michael's because I needed the bathroom, none of this would have happened. Why did I go into Michael's to use the bathroom? Because it's one of the few public restrooms in this area, or on my way home from university, that does not scare me. And it's allowed me to walk around and see what's going on in their revamp of the yarn and sewing area for, you know, the knit and sew shop that they're doing. So that happened. Alright. I'm looking. Oh, it looks like it's behind me. I don't remember if I showed this, but at one of these Michael strips, I picked up this skinny chenille in the color Sage? Smoke. It's a light green. But I did not bring all my colors over here that I bought because I bought a bunch of these in fall colors. I decided I wanted fall colors. So I bought those in fall colors. I'll have to find them. And I also picked up some of the 6 things of the Lion Brand 24/7 cotton in red. Let me see. I'll be right back. I'm going to go see if I can find those fall colors that I picked up. I found one of them, gold. Maybe they're just all mixed in here, and I forgot what I picked up. I don't know. But when I come in, I've got my bags with me from teaching and from uni, and I just set everything down and end up going to bed because I have to be up at 5 a.m. I don't know where I've put half the things that I've brought in with me. The last thing that I picked up was the Green Flash anniversary cake. I got 2 of these. I originally wasn't going to get any of them because I'm really disappointed that they used the colors from the cinnamon roll cakes for these, that they're not like new colors or anything. But through buying all of my bits and pieces on different, that I just showed you, on different trips to Michael's, and probably a skein or 2 that I can't find. I feel like that there should be a lighter brown in there somewhere. But I ended up with $20 in vouchers because of course I did, and I get a teacher's discount because of course I do. And the buy one get one half off sale, I ended up basically getting one of the anniversary cakes for free. I bought the one green one, and then with the vouchers and the half off and my discount, I basically got it for free along with a bag of gummy bears. The gummy bears were because I was having blood sugar problems, not because I wanted gummy bears. Well, I did want gummy bears. I could have picked any sugar to help with the problem, but I did gummy bears. But I got free gummy bears and free yarn for buying 1 thing of yarn and using my discount, my vouchers, and the sale. So that worked out. Now I should be out of vouchers for Michael's. They should not be sending me anymore, which means I shouldn't have to have any reason to go in there to spend my vouchers. And yeah, because I've accidentally let those expire, forgetting about them, and I'm like, I'm not going to do that anymore because free yarn, that's free money to buy yarn with. And you know what, I keep playing with this skein of yarn. One thing that I really do hate about the Skinny Chenille stuff, it really needs to go through the yarn winder. It just, these skeins just do crazy things, and they need to stop. I still have 1 turtle part to make out of that I ended up taking apart and starting over because I am having so much trouble sewing these together, and my turtle shells are turning into bigger domes than what they should be. It's been a whole thing. I should not be struggling with turtles, but I'm struggling with turtles. And I'm looking around, and I think that's everything. I've made 1 item and turtle parts. I so wish I had more time to crochet. And I was hoping that, like, because we don't have classes tomorrow, that, oh hey, I'd be able to get caught up on my homework and all this other stuff. And then I decided that I should ask about this. No. It's an employee development day, and as a student teacher, it's my job to be everywhere that my mentor teacher is, so I have to go to this. They are giving us breakfast. It's probably going to be bagels and cream cheese and some disappointing breakfast sandwiches like they did last time. But bagels and cream cheese are always good. I'm fine with that. And then we have a meeting thing for planning. I don't know how that's going to go because it's me and another student teacher from my school that's putting together this unit, and I have had all of 2 minutes to look at what I'm doing. We'll get it figured out. It's fine. Oh, where did I put it? There was one other thing that I bought, crochet related. Cute and Creepy Crochet. I almost forgot about this. I bought so many books this week because it was fall for the book at my university, and I got books signed, and I always buy books there, but then I bought more books at Barnes & Noble, including We Are Legion, because one of my favorite authors recommended this book, and I'm like, well, if he liked that book, and he's completely ridiculous and writes completely ridiculous things, then I'm gonna like that book. So, but I've been looking at this off and on, and there's a couple things in here that I really want to make. And a lot of them come out of this folklore section because we've got a plague doctor. And over here is the Headless Horseman with a stick horse, which I thought was really funny. There's a really cool Grim Reaper in here. Wolfman, or it's a werewolf. There's a mummy. There's Frankenstein. I think there's a Mothman in here. Oh, it doesn't even tell you. It's just got it divided into sections. Thanks, guys. Cthulhu. I collect Cthulhu patterns like I collect Mothman patterns. It's a goblin. What is this guy? It's a gargoyle. He's kind of cool looking, and just flipping through here, he is a very trust the process sort of guy. And I think this dragon is adorable. Yes, there is a Mothman in here. I found him. It's the Mothman. Right, there's some cool stuff in here. Slender Man's even in here, and of course an alien. But there's some stuff in here I want to make, so I bought that. I hope the book it's a good book. What is that? Something else you ask? Well, I've bought some yarn. I've bought quite a bit of yarn over the last week, which is not good because, one, I don't have the time that I want or need to crochet anything because I am student teaching and taking classes full time, and I'm behind in my homework. I am behind in grading papers. I've got like 100 essays to grade, and I just don't even have time to change my mind. So, and two, well, I just put all of my yarn, well, all of the yarn prior to this away, and now I have to find room for more. That's problem 2. Oh, I lied. There's 3 things. I'm supposed to be on a yarn buying ban. I have totally blown this and have to start all over. Like, 1 or 2 things where I needed a color for a project or something is one thing. This is insane. This I found today at Ollie's for like half of what you'd pay for it anywhere else, and I bought 10 of them. Do I like working with the Red Heart Granny Square yarn? Not really, but I like this color, and I'm going to try and make a blanket because I hate myself. We know this. I have put all of those in their own box, but I think I showed you guys in a video already, or if not, it's coming up. But I've been using some of this for freeform crochet, and I came up with this duck looking thing. I didn't intentionally try to make a duck, but it kind of looks like a duck. And somewhere, oh, here he is. This one kind of looks like a sawtooth shark. I really like how this turned out though. This was my first attempt. I wish I had used the size yarn that the label suggested, and I'm hoping that blocking this will straighten all this out where it's all crinkled up and everything. But the thing is, I don't know what to do with these. I'm gonna finish my duck. At least I think it's a duck. Sew them together, see what I have, maybe see if I can add some more stuff to it, create a wall hanging. I don't know. I don't even know what to do with these. I think it's fun. It's a great use for this yarn. I love this. So figure it out. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. Okay. So earlier in the week, and I left my scissors on the other side of the room, which means we're just gonna strong arm this. Earlier in the week, just a few days ago, I was at Hobby Lobby, and I finally picked up these 2 small project bags I've been looking at, where I can put things in them to get crap off my desk, because I need to clean stuff that, like, I can't work like this anymore. So I have these 2 small project bags, and I have yarn. Okay. In this haul, I picked up some Soft and Snuggly BBB yarn because I love this color. And it's called, this says Daffodilly Silly. And my question is, okay, no, that is actually the name. I have 4 of these in here. And why did I only get 4? I mean, this is a size 4 chenille-like yarn. It's polyester. It's 238 yards. 2, 4, 6. Okay, I think that's enough for what I wanted it for. And because I couldn't decide on what color I liked better, I also got Later Gator. And there are also 4 of those. I also picked up this Dream Spun in Meadow Dream because I love this green. And there's 4 of these. And this isn't, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I was thinking maybe a chunky sweater for winter. I don't know. But there's only 78 yards on here, so if I decide to make a larger project, I've got to get more. And I was at Hobby Lobby today picking up a thing. I actually went there for something specific that we needed. Oh, it was, I took one of my kids up to get tiny bells for earrings. That's what we went after. And I went over to the yarn area knowing that I needed more of a certain color of yarn because I bought everything that one of the Hobby Lobbies that I go past going to and from school and the high school had, and I'm like, I can just go to my local one and get more. And I forgot what color I bought while I was there because I was looking at 3 different colors, and I went to my local Hobby Lobby and I couldn't remember. So the next time I go up there, I have to buy more of that. Okay, what else do I have down here? I do have more yarn down here. This I got at Michael's today. I found more ring spun in the same color that I found last time. And I picked up 2 of these Karen 1-pound cakes that were on clearance in the same color, pale green. I did because I did a Google search for for something that I could put with the cotton painterly cakes for this tapestry towel project thing that I'm doing, that I am probably not going to get done in time for my Halloween costume. So I picked up a green towel today to go with everything. But the cotton painterly cakes that I'm using is 60% cotton, 40% acrylic, and I did a Google search, and I love working with this. This is so nice to work with, and it's single crochet, and so it's going to take me forever. But what turned up was the Lion brand Made with Love from Tom, what's his name, the Olympic guy that knits and crochets. Tom Daly, is that it? But this is the same composition. The painterly cakes is a little softer, but I have worries about mixing fibers with the tapestry because blocking, it might go weird. I don't know. But I picked up 2 black and 2 red. And of course, while I was there, I found other yarn because it's what I do. And I'm not sure. I think it was this bag. I've got 2 other Michael's bags here, and I'm not sure which I picked up with it and which I did on a different trip. But I have, it's called Fresh Baked Bread. It's the sad beige painterly cake. I have 3 of these. No, I have 4 of these. Why do I have 4 of these? I don't know, but there's 4 of them. And I have 2 of the Bernat all-in-one granny square blanket cakes. These are not the first ones that I've gotten. I've gotten some other ones over here that I ordered that I haven't gotten to. But I seen somebody do a review of these, and apparently the yarn doesn't change color. It's tied together, so I'm going to have to check that out. If that's the case, I'm going to be really upset. Be right back. My dog wants out. When they first came out, this is Seaside Shine. If I ordered 8 of them, I don't know where number 8 is, but there's definitely 7 in there. Or I can't count one or the other. I don't know. Okay. So, 4 cotton painterly cakes, 2 Bernat blankets, and I lied. I found another bag of yarn that I bought this week. In fact, I bought it yesterday on my way home with vouchers that I had gotten from all this other, well, I can't say that I got from all this other yarn because I spent vouchers on some of this and then I got more vouchers, and it's this never-ending cycle. But this is yarn that falls under the I bought this because I hate myself yarn. But this is the bulky twist that I hate working with, but I love how it works out. In fact, I wore my hat today. It's just cold enough that I need a hat to keep cold air out of this ear, because this ear is stupid. It gives me problems for no reason. but I picked up another thing of tan because I don't know why I only ordered one initially. And I picked up 3 skeins of this one. This, what color is this? I have a color number, but I know they have a name on them too. Sunset Multi. I have 3 of these, and I have 3 of this pink called Powder Pink. Now here's a really dumb thing, and I don't understand this. The multicolored stuff, this has 130 yards on it. The solid has 150, and they're the same price. Oh, excuse me, 153 yards, and they're the same price. And it's not like you can, and I realized this after the fact because I picked up the 3 of these that they had. You actually, like, if you're going to do something that you need X amount of yarn for, normally you would buy like 4 skeins of one color, 4 skeins of the other color, like if you were doing stripes. You can't even do that with this in order to get things to work out right. You have to, like, you would have to buy like a 5 and 4 because there's less in this. And I find that really bizarre that they did it that way. I don't understand. I really don't. And the last bag of yarn is right here. And I got all of this on clearance. These skeins were $7 a piece. And I don't know how much this yarn normally is. I'm going to look it up on this phone. I'm recording on the other phone. I'm going to use my old one. Okay, interesting. This is Bernat felted. This is normally $13 a skein at Michael's. According to their website, it's currently on sale for $9.72. Amazon sells it for $17.81. Yarnspirations has it for $13. Well, $12.99. Okay. Oh, this came in a lot of colors. I've not seen half these colors in store. Not that I like that one. Okay, whatever. So I got these for $7, which is less than what they're selling it online for on sale. I've picked this stuff up before and looked at it and decided I didn't know if I would like it or not. It's 62% acrylic, 21% wool, and 17% nylon. It feels just a little rougher than this. I'm surprised that it feels very close to it. Interesting. But I got 3 skeins of this color. This is a crew. And 3 skeins of a crew fleck. These were the only 2 that they had that would even go together. The other stuff they had was just random. But I thought, oh hey, I could make a granny sweater out of this, like one of the, what they call a granny go round sweater. And I want to do one of those out of some of the this stuff, the bulky twist that I have in fall colors. So I do have an idea what I want to do with a lot of this. So this, I'm going to make a blanket for one of our cats. Oh, I have to go put all this away. Wish me luck. Hi, Urs. Urs says hi, because of course he does. As I was putting the anniversary cakes up, I discovered that the purple one had cat barf on the bottom of it. I'm not sure whose cat barf. Was it your cat barf, Urs? Are you the one that barfed on the floor that day? And I took it upstairs and cleaned it up the best I could. It's clean enough to work with now, but definitely when I get the blanket done that I'm making out of it, I'm going to have to wash the blanket. As much as I love these guys, learn from me, or you're just not. Will you control your tail and not knock my yarn off like that? Learn from my mistakes. Even if you think that your yarn is safe, it may not be safe. Double check to make sure it's nowhere that your cats, these creatures, can, yes. Will you get in your bucket? Get in your box. Come on. Urs, come on. Get in, hey, in here. Come on. In here. No? You just want to be the center of attention, don't you? Come on, get in there. Thank you. Good boy. Good key. Good. Why are you biting me? Do not bite me, you meanie. Thank you. Thank you for getting in the bucket, the crate, the box, the whatever it is. Your containment unit. As I was saying, double check to make sure that your yarn is safe and that your cats can't knock it down anywhere, because it might all end in barf. Just saying, learn from my mistakes. I just realized that I'm missing a piece of footage. I don't know where it is, but I had this insane trip to Michael's on the way home the other day. November 30th, the day before Halloween. This is kind of important as for the date to the story. So I stopped at one of the Michaels that I sometimes stop at on the way home from teaching or from university, and I had just had my Zoom class for my action research project, and we were reminded that we needed to get a trifold display like kids use in science fairs or whatever. So I stopped at Michael's to get my trifold before I forgot. I picked up my trifold. I decided that I should pick up a Tombow. I ended up getting a 3-pack of Tombows. I'm not sure where they are. Oh, they're right here. $19.99 for 3 Tombows. Normally I would get a refill, but I don't know where my original Tombow is, so now I have 3 to lose. I picked up a book. This one right here. It's just a drawing book because there's cryptids in here that I want to learn how to draw. I picked up a bag of candy because Michael's and Hobby Lobby are the only places that I've found that I can get this candy. And I picked up 3 skeins of the Blue Black Shock Macchiato cakes. And the yarn is still on sale, buy one, get one half off. And I had a voucher. So, doing the math, I figured I would be spending X amount. But as I have learned, that when you go into Michael's, at least it's been my experience in the area where I live, that when you go into Michael's prices are kind of a guideline at best. I don't know. But I get to the register and I ring everything up. I put in my voucher. It won't take my coupon that I have for, like, 30% off regular priced item, but I did get my 15% teacher discount, which was even stranger about all this. So I do this, and my total comes up much lower than I was expecting. I'm like, okay, maybe I just can't math. Okay, I know I can't math, but I didn't think my math was that far off. So I pay for my purchase, and I go out to the car, and I'm looking at my receipt. And I wish I knew where my receipt was, where I could show you guys this. Because this is the internet. Picture it didn't happen, but this really did happen. And like I said, I wish I had the receipt. Everything I bought was marked children's Halloween crafts and was 50 to 60% off. Everything. I don't know what kind of mistake they made at the store in their system, but it happened. These $19.99 tombos were $9. My almost $7 trifold was half price. My candy was half price. My yarn was 60% off. My book was $28.99. I paid $11 for it because somebody screwed up. The one employee that's always in there when I go in, I asked her to come over and check the price of the wooden crates that I had, and they were on sale, which is why my coupon didn't work. And I told her this story, and her eyes got as big as saucers and her mouth dropped open. And I told her, I'm like, I don't know if it was like that all day or what. And nobody said anything to him, but so apparently that answered my question, that it was just that Michael's and not everybody else, that it wasn't like a Michael's wide system problem, that it was just that specific Michael's, which kind of doesn't surprise me. They've never had it together in there. So that happened. But my small yarn haul, when I was in there, well, I guess it's a small yarn haul. I picked up 3 more Funfetti cakes on clearance for $5. I need to put these in the, this needs to go through the yarn winder bucket because those things just disintegrate. And this impeccable color, this is Hot Sunshine Speckle. It caught my attention, and I don't usually like yellow yarns, but I really like this one, and I decided, okay, I need to make something out of it. So I picked up 4 of these, and I picked up 2 solid in walnut and 2 solid in pumpkin. Now, they do the same thing with the impeccable that they do with the bulky twist, and you get less of the variegated than you do the solid for the same price. In this case, 285 yards, and this is 160 yards. That's a big discrepancy, and it's the same price. So hopefully I have enough for the sweater that I want to make out of this. Editing me here once again, just to say, if you made it to this video, I much appreciate it. Thank you. I know it was a mess, both in content and editing, but the channel is called Crochet and Chaos for a reason. That's all I've got. If you like this kind of chaos, hopefully there won't be too much more of this kind of chaos, but let's be honest, there probably will be. But if you enjoy this sort of uncurated madness, like, subscribe, comment, do whatever it is you do. And again, thanks for sticking in there with me.